What if you were told, right now, that our solar system is not as isolated as we think? That we are living in a moment of unprecedented cosmic traffic, and that some of these visitors defy everything we know about physics? In 2017, we were caught completely off guard. An object from another star shot past our sun, and by the time we saw it, it was already leaving. We called it Oumuamua. It was bizarre. It was inexplicable. And for a moment, it made the whole world wonder if we were not alone. But that was just the beginning. Because right now, a new interstellar giant is barreling towards our sun. It's bigger, it's older than our planet, and its journey is rewriting the textbooks. This isn't science fiction. This is the story of the silent invaders. Let's rewind to October 2017. In Hawaii, astronomer Robert Warwick was reviewing data from the Pan-STARRS telescope. He was looking for near-Earth asteroids, the usual stuff. But then he saw it, a faint pixel of light that didn't belong. It was moving, fast. The initial calculations were so strange, they were assumed to be a mistake. By the time its path was confirmed, the reality was staggering. This object had already screamed into our solar system, swung around the sun, and was now fleeing at a mind-bending 87 kilometers per second. To put that in perspective, that's over 196,000 miles per hour. This speed was a dead giveaway. Nothing from our own solar system moves that fast. This was an interstellar object, our first ever confirmed visitor from another star. The name Oumuamua from Hawaiian means a messenger from afar arriving first, a scout. And what a scout it turned out to be. But the shock of its origin was just the first layer of the mystery. The real puzzle, the one that still keeps astrophysicists up at night, was what it did next. As Oumuamua raced away from the sun, a fundamental law of physics was broken. Gravity dictates that after a close solar pass, an object should gradually slow down as it escapes the sun's pull. Oumuamua didn't slow down. It sped up. Now, we know one thing that can cause this: outgassing. Comets do this. They're dirty snowballs. When they get close to the sun, their ice turns directly into gas, jetting out and acting like a natural rocket engine. But there's a catch. This process is incredibly visible. It creates a huge cloud of gas and dust called a coma, and a magnificent tail that can stretch for millions of miles. Oumuamua had nothing. No coma, no tail, no dust, no visible gas. It was completely, utterly inert. To our telescopes, it looked like a silent, dark rock, but it was accelerating like a comet with its engines firing. This was a paradox, an object breaking the rules right in front of us. The anomalies kept piling up. We couldn't get a direct image of Oumuamua. It was too small and too far away, but we could measure its brightness. And its light curve was insane. Its reflected light would pulse dramatically, growing 10 times brighter and then fading again, all in a regular 8-hour cycle. There's only one explanation for that: a bizarre, elongated shape. Oumuamua wasn't round. It was tumbling end over end. The math suggested it was either shaped like a gigantic cigar, perhaps 10 times longer than it was wide, or it was a flat, pancake-like disc. Both shapes are almost unheard of in nature. This is when the speculation exploded. A cigar shape, a flat disc, non-gravitational acceleration without visible propellant. The most tantalizing, controversial hypothesis emerged. Could Oumuamua be artificial? Could it be a light sail? A piece of alien technology using radiation pressure from stars for propulsion? Or a derelict probe, millions of years old, tumbling silently through the galaxy? Even the rigorous scientists at Breakthrough Listen trained their radio telescopes on it, searching for any sign of a signal. They found nothing. But the mere fact they looked tells you how profound the mystery was. Just as the scientific community was grappling with Oumuamua's uniqueness, the universe sent a second message. In August 2019, an amateur astronomer in Crimea named Gennady Borisov spotted a new object. It was named 2I/Borisov, the second interstellar object. And Borisov was a relief. It was exactly what everyone expected Oumuamua to be. A perfect textbook comet. It had a beautiful, defined coma, and a clear, bright tail made of gas and dust. It was a frozen visitor from another star, behaving precisely as physics predicted. It proved Oumuamua wasn't a fluke. Interstellar objects were real, and they were coming here. But it also created a sharper contrast. Why was Borisov so normal, while Oumuamua was so utterly weird? Were we seeing two different types of visitors? Was one natural, and the other something else? The stage was set. The pattern was established. And then, in July of this year, the next one arrived. And it changed the game all over again. The Atlas survey in South Africa spotted it. It was designated 3I/Atlas, the third interstellar object. But to call it just another visitor is a massive understatement. First, its size. Early estimates are staggering. 3I/Atlas is a behemoth. Its nucleus, the solid core, could be up to 20 kilometers across. That makes it 10 times larger than Oumuamua and 5 times larger than Borisov. This isn't a scout. This is a titan. Second, and more mind-blowing, is its origin. By tracing its path backwards, astronomers believe it didn't come from the star-filled thin disk of the galaxy where our sun resides. It appears to have originated in the thick disk, a halo of ancient stars that surrounds the galactic core. The stars there are relics, some over 7 billion years old. That means 3I/Atlas could be older than our solar system. It is a primordial fossil, a ghost from the dawn of the Milky Way, now descending into our modern neighborhood. And then there's its path. 3I/Atlas isn't just making a flyby. It's conducting a meticulous grand tour of the inner solar system. Its trajectory will bring it within 28 million kilometers of Mars. It will swing past Venus. It will get a close look at Jupiter. But here's the detail that fuels the imagination. It will completely miss Earth. In fact, at its closest point to the Sun, the Earth will be positioned perfectly on the opposite side. Our planet will be hidden. We will lose sight of it for months.